Hey everyone, you're in the garden and it has been a crazy year this year. I mean, look at this. It's snowing in the middle of September in the garden. La Nina, El Nino, all these weather changes are just crazy. But let me tell you, today we're gonna learn some new things that, hey, wait, don't go so far back. Wait, wow. All right, so maybe it's really not snowing here, but thanks Eric for your help. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with some shredded paper. You're in the garden with Patrick.
Shredding paper is the common practice in most businesses. It's a responsible thing to do and it's good for our environment. So what do you do with your shredded and recycled paper? Well, in today's episode, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do in your garden and some other ideas with your shredded paper. Did you know that most recycling centers will not take shredded paper that looks like this? What it does is it jams up their machines, so they won't accept shredded paper like this. So what do you do with it? Today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how you can use shredded paper in your garden, and a bonus tip at the end of this video. One of the favorite methods that I use in my garden with the shredded paper is to use it as a mulch or bedding material. You spread this layer of shredded paper around the base of your plants and in between the rows. It acts as a mulch, helping to retain the moisture, suppress the weeds, and regulate soil temperature. And as it breaks down, it adds organic material to the soil. So this is my green beans that we just planted here. I'll put a link in the description box below. It's again September and they're growing pretty well. So what you're going to do, and you can see I have some straw that I put around, but I'm just going to kind of show you how I do this. So here's your green bean plant, and essentially what you're going to do is you could put maybe an inch or 2 of this shredded paper around your plants, and what that does again is will help to keep everything moist around that area. So looks like it snowed, but it will really, if you have a windy area, it may blow a little bit, but again it's all material that will break down over time. You could wet it, and that would also allow that to stick to the ground a little bit easier. Another great method of using your shredded paper is using it with composting in your compost piles. You use the shredded paper as the brown material in your compost pile. Well, the carbon-rich content of paper helps balance the nitrogen-rich green materials like vegetable scraps. It improves the composting process and provides nutrient-rich compost for your garden. The bacteria and fungi in the soil, that helps to break down the natural cellulose in the paper, and it makes it a good option for your compost. In fact, one study revealed that paper has less toxic material than straw or even grass. Another way you can put your shredded paper to good use is with worm composting. The shredded paper can be used as a bedding for composting with worms. Worms thrive in a mixture of shredded paper and organic waste. The worms consume the paper along with the food scraps that you put in there, turning it into a nutrient-rich worm casting. That will be used as a natural fertilizer for your plants. I use this all the time in my garden. If you start your plants from seeds like I do, you can use them as a seed starter mix. You mix the shredded paper with some soil or compost, and that creates a very lightweight and well-draining seed starting medium. It's a cost-effective way to start seeds indoors. The paper that you have helps retain moisture while allowing the young roots to penetrate very easily. The 5th method that you can use your shredded paper is really unique, and I use this all the time. I'll put a link below in the description box on how I use this shredded paper to help amend my soil that I have in my garden. And again, what you'll see is when you have the shredded paper, it breaks down, adds nutrients to the
soil, and it's really great. And again, it's free. So I'll put a link to that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing that and hit that like button. And you'll get notifications if you hit that bell also. So the main thing is for using this material, the shredded paper, as an amendment or a conditioning mix. You're going to mix that shredded paper directly into the garden soil to improve its structure and water retention. As the paper decomposes, it enriches the soil with organic material and enhances the fertility and provides aeration also. Most of the newsprint and the regular shredded paper these days takes about 4 to 6 weeks to break down completely. And remember to use only non-toxic or non-glossy shredded paper, such as plain newsprint or office paper. This helps to ensure that it's safe for your plants and the environment. And avoid using paper that has inks that may contain harmful chemicals. Most ink today is used with a vegetable-based or soy-based non-toxic, and it's safe for using in the garden. If in doubt, don't use it, and you can just put it in your trash. But I would recommend highly that you compost your shredded paper as much as you can throughout the garden season. I usually put my shredded paper in my soil at the fall time, so that gives it several months to break down completely in the garden. So you could still do it in the springtime, but again, remember it'll take 4 to 6 weeks for that to break down. So you want to make sure that it breaks down fully before you put your plants in.
So if you don't know what to do with your shredded paper, you don't have a garden, and you don't want to compost, you can always have a party.